Bud, Capito, Cassidy, Cornyn, Cortez Masto, Cotton, Kramer, Curtis, Daines, Ernst, Fetterman, Haggerty, Hassan, Hovind, Husted, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kane, Kennedy, King, Lee, Marshall, McCormick, Moran, Moreno, Mullen, Murkowski, Ricketts, Risch, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Shaheen, Sheehy, Sullivan, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, Young. Mrs. Moody, aye. Mrs. Fisher, aye. Mr. Crapo, aye. Mr. Graham, aye. Senators voting in the negative: also Brooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Blunt Rochester, Booker, Cantwell, Coons, Gillibrand, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Hirono, Kelly, Kim, Markey, Merkley, Murphy, Murray, Ossoff, Hall, Reed, Sanders, Schiff, Schumer, Slotkin, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Warnock, Warren, Wyden. Mr. McConnell, aye. Mr. Langford, aye. Mr. Hawley, aye. Mr. Durbin, aye. Mr. Peters, no. Mr. Cruz, aye. Mr. Thune, aye. Ms. Lummis, aye. Mrs. Britt, aye. Mr. Schatz, no. Ms. Collins, aye. Mr. Whitehouse, no. Ms. Klobuchar, no. Mr. Grassley, aye. Mr. Gallego, no. Mr. Padilla, no. Ms. Duckworth, Ms. Duckworth, no. Mr. Welch, no. Mr. Lujan, no. Ms. Rosen, aye.
On this vote, the yeas are 60, the nays are 40. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn have voted in the affirmative. The motion is agreed to. Under the previous order, the senator from Maine.
Mr. President, I want to thank all of our colleagues for their hard work on this bill. I'm excited about its impending passage. I hope that that will mean that we will immediately reopen government as soon as the House acts and the President signs it into law. And I'm also very pleased that we were able to fully fund 3 appropriations bills that passed with overwhelming bipartisan support on August 1st. So I thank my colleagues. I know of no other requests for time, and I would yield back the remaining time.
Without objection. Under the previous order, the clerk will read the title of the bill for the third time.
Calendar number 168, H.R. 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes.
The question occurs on the passage of the bill as amended. Is there a sufficient second? There appears to be. Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks.
Okay, you guys are good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You got it.
White House, no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. McCormick? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Baldwin. Sure enough, not delivered.
I got you. I got you. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, take care. I got you. Yes, thank you. Sanders? You're a no. And Coons? Thank you. I do. I'm coming right over. Johnson, just list your name out. Johnson, Cruz, and Scott. Thank you. Thank you. Cornyn. Thank you. Got you. Tuberville. Justice, yeah. You're an aye. Thank you. You're a no. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Bo. You're an aye. Thank you. You're a no. Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal. I got you.
He's good.
Ms. Blunt Rochester, Mr. Booker. Mr. Bozeman. Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd. Thank you. Ms. Cantwell. Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins. Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto. Mr. Cotton. Mr. Kramer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis, Mr. Daines. Thank you. Yes, I do. Thank you. Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman. Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley. Mr. Haggerty. Thank you. I will. Ms. Hassan, Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Ms. Verona, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan. Ms. Lummis. Mr. Markey. Here now. Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Marino, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Murkowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune. Yep. Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock. Thank you. Ms. Warren. Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse. Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden. Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative: Banks, Barrasso, Blackburn, Bozeman, Britt, Budd, Capito, Cassidy, Collins, Cornyn, Cotton, Kramer, Crapo, Cruz, Curtis, Daines, Durbin, Ernst, Fetterman, Fisher, Graham, Grassley, Haggerty, Hassan, Hawley, Hoven, Husted, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Justice, Kane, Kennedy, King, Lee, Lummis, McConnell, McCormick, Moody, Moran, Marino, Mullen, Ricketts, Risch, Rosen, Rounds, Schmidt, Scott of Florida, Scott of South Carolina, Shaheen, Sheehy, Sullivan, Thune, Tillis, Tuberville, Wicker, and Young. I got it. Yep. Senators voting in the negative: Alsobrooks, Baldwin, Bennett, Blumenthal, Blunt Rochester, Cantwell, Coons, Duckworth, Gallego, Gillibrand, Heinrich, Hickenlooper, Hirono, Kelly, Kim, Klobuchar, Lujan, Markey, Murphy, Murray, Ossoff, Padilla, Hall, Peters, Reed, Sanders, Schatz, Schiff, Slotkin, Smith, Van Hollen, Warner, Warnock, Welch, Whitehouse, and Wyden. Ms. Murkowski? Aye. Ms. Warren? No. Ms. Cortez Masto? Aye. Mr. Schumer, no. Mr. Langford, aye. Mr. Booker, no. Just Mr. Merkley? No.
Hey guys, I'm here. I'm just watching the silence right now. This is gonna go on all night. Will the government open? Good chance they're going to. Let's get back to normal. Never give in, but never give in. You know, Wisconsin, the people with the food stamps, everyone got their food stamps in Wisconsin, and they're mad. They're pissed. They want Ever, what's his name? Ever, something like that. Um, to take the food stamps back out of their accounts by today. I bet you there's no money in anybody's account. They spent it all. Because you know, Wisconsin, they said they're going to pay SNAP, you know, food share, whatever you want to call it. They're going to pay it. And they did. They paid everybody. They're going to get their money back. Going to get their money back. They said that he didn't have no right to do that. Oh, yeah, he did. State can do what they want. You find that money. And they did. They found that money. So, Wisconsin didn't let their people starve. But the food banks were ready. Food banks were ready, you know, for this month. I don't know about any other states, what they did, but I didn't hear any other states doing the same thing. But you know what? Wisconsin takes care of their people. You know, if we didn't have the government, the federal, we'd have to take care of ourselves, right? Yeah. In times of troubles. Each state is independent. To show the government, or the Democrats, how independent we are. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up, and people are like, where are we going to get our Thanksgiving dinner from? Well, now they could have Thanksgiving at least. Let's get that far. Thanksgiving dinner, you know, make the best of it. Save your food stamps for emergency. And if you ain't spent your food stamps yet, you better get out to the store and start buying up before they take that money back. But that's not going to happen because he's not going to do it. Okay, I'll let you eat. Are you listening? I'll let you eat first. Get your supper ready. Yeah. Cookies. You know, a lot of people don't like politics, but sometimes you just gotta know what's going on because that's how people get away with shit when you're not listening. It's peaceful in there. What are they doing? They're having a good time. Yep. This is important, guys. This is very important. You don't have to be into politics to watch it. It's something that we need to watch because the government is closed right now, and that affects each and every one of us. Each and every one of us, no matter who you are, except the illegals. You know, people that are illegal here commit big, massive crimes. We're not going to fund them anymore. Okay? The more you fund illegals, the less we get. Prices go up, the jobs go. There you go. They want to work here, get a works permit, and be here legally, and support yourself. There you go. Easy peasy. The fuck? That's what I say. Sometimes you got to use the F-bomb. Ah. We just need to get on the straight and narrow here. We can't get all these shutdowns and start getting behind on stuff because it's starting to mount up. It's starting to mount up with the flights, layoffs, you know, temporary layoffs, but even so,
Marshall,
layoffs,
aye.
air traffic controllers. Oh yeah, it's affecting everybody. And the military. We go without, the military get paid. Okay, guys? We go without, and military personnel gotta make sure they get paid first, right? Because my God, they have to defend. And anyway, stuff like this, they have to work with no pay. So it's part of their duties anyway. Because, you know, they'll get paid eventually. Do you know what I mean? A lot of military people got free housing. So, you know, it's not really going to hurt them. We was in the military and got free housing. So, you know, but that was about it. Free housing, free bills. You didn't even have to pay your bills. But you know what? I'd rather just lived off base and pay my own bills. Because it was shit. Oh my God. That's living on top of the same people. That was horrible. Some crazy ones. Crazy. Well, there's crazy people everywhere, but oh my God, if you haven't lived it, woo, you don't know. Woo, that was the experience of my life.
Yep. On this vote, the ayes are 60, the nays are 40. The bill as amended is passed. Under the previous order, the motion to reconsider
There you
is
go.
considered made and
Getting
laid
there.
upon the table.
We're getting there, guys. Slowly but surely. We're getting there. I mean, this is historic now.
Mr. President.
Historic.
Senator from Maine.
41 days.
Mr. President, I just want to reiterate my gratitude for my colleagues, our staff who have worked night and day, literally,
She just
and
say that a
all
minute
of
ago.
those who have brought us to this point. We are going to reopen government. We're going to ensure that federal employees, whether they were furloughed or laid off or forced
Sure, I
to
just
work
heard her say that.
without
J'ai
pay,
vu.
will now receive compensation. that they've earned and deserve. And we will also be able to celebrate on Veterans Day tomorrow the fact that we have passed the appropriations bill for the VA. And this would not have come about without the work of so many people, too numerous to mention. But I do want to thank my fellow appropriators, particularly the chairs of the three committees, Senator Bozeman, Senator Hoeven, and Senator Mullen, for their hard work. I want to thank our House counterparts, particularly Chairman Cole, who worked night and day with us on getting conference agreements, and our Democratic colleagues who courageously realized that we could not let this shutdown continue to go on, with the harmful consequences growing worse with each passing day. So I also want to particularly thank my staff. They literally went without sleep and worked continuously to do all that needed to be done. I want to thank Leader Thune and Leader Barrasso for their hard work and the work of their staff as well. So my list of gratitude could go on, but the hour is getting late, and I do want people to be able to go on home for the night and home, finally. Again, I think this is a great victory for the American people, and it shows that the Senate can work, that we can produce the results that are needed. I want to give a shout out to Senator Katie Britt, who is here this evening. She helped in so many ways with the negotiations. Senator Shaheen, Senator Kane, Senator Angus King, my colleague, and the rest of the 8 Democrats who are willing to cross party lines for the good of the people of this country. So thank you, Mr. President, for all that has been done, and for your personal participation as well. I yield the floor.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, this has been a very long road, quite literally the longest shutdown in history. I am very, very happy to be able to say that we are coming to the end. And before we close today, I want to take the time to say thank you to my staff who have worked around the clock tirelessly now for the past 6 weeks, to the staff of the Appropriations Committee who have played a critical role in getting us to where we are here today, to the cloakroom staff, to every Senate staffer on both sides of the aisle who has spent 41 days coming into work without pay, to custodial staff who, again, without pay, have kept this building and the Senate office buildings livable, to all the institutional staff without whom this place would not run, to the Secretary of the Senate, and everyone in her office, the Sergeant at Arms and her team, and the architect of the Capitol and his staff, and everyone on the floor right now making this session happen. And to the men and women of the United States Capitol Police who have shown up during the shutdown day in and day out to protect the rest of us. I'm humbled by and grateful for your service. I know that the strain of these weeks has been immense, that you all have families, rent to meet, bills to pay, car and mortgage payments. And I'm grateful for all you have done to keep the Senate running. And for all that you do every day, shutdown or no shutdown, to serve the Senate and to serve our country. And with that, after 6 excruciating weeks, I will stop talking and let all of you get some rest. Mr. President, I yield the floor.
Get some rest. We want to vote now. Come on, we want to know. Yay!
Majority Leader.
I move to proceed to executive session to consider calendar number 515.
The question is on the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The motion is agreed to. The clerk will report the nomination.
Nomination, Nuclear Regulatory Commission, Ho Nie of Alabama to be a member.
Mr. President, I send a cloture motion to the desk.
The clerk will report.
Cloture motion, we, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the nomination of Ho Nie of Alabama to be a member of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, signed by 17 senators as follows.
Mr. President, I ask consent to reading the names be waived,
Without objection.
and I move to proceed to legislative session.
The question is on the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. Motion is agreed to.
Mr. President, I move to proceed to executive session to consider calendar number 464.
The question is on the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. Motion is agreed to. The clerk will report the nomination.
Nomination, Department of the Treasury, Donald Korb of Ohio to be Chief Counsel for the Internal Revenue Service and an Assistant General Counsel.
Mr. President, I send a cloture motion to the desk.
The clerk will report.
Cloture motion, we, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a closed debate on the nomination of Donald Korb of Ohio to be Chief Counsel for the Internal Revenue Service and an Assistant General Counsel in the Department of the Treasury.
Mr. President, I sent a cloture motion to the desk. I did that, yeah. But yeah. Do we waive the names, reading the names? Yeah.
Without objection.
Mr. President,
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate resume legislative session and be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
And I ask unanimous consent that all members of the Republican Conference be authorized to sign duly enrolled bills or joint resolutions from November the 11th through November the 18th.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the Senate proceed to the consideration of SRS 497, which is at the desk.
The clerk will report.
SRS 497, permitting the collection of clothing, toys, food, and housewares during the holiday season for charitable purposes in Senate buildings.
Is there an objection to proceeding to the matter? Without objection, the Senate will proceed.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the resolution be agreed to and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate now proceed to the en bloc consideration of the following resolutions which are at the desk: SRS 494, SRS 495, SRS 496, and SRS 498.
Is there an objection to proceeding en bloc? Without objection, the Senate will proceed en bloc.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the resolutions be agreed to, the preambles be agreed to, and that the motions to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table all in bloc.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it adjourn to then convene for pro forma session only with no business being conducted on the following dates and times: Thursday, November 13th at 6:30 p.m. and Monday, November 17th at 3 p.m. Further, that when the Senate adjourns on Monday, November the 17th, it stand adjourned until 3:00 p.m. on Tuesday, November 18th, that following the prayer and pledge, the morning hour be deemed expired, the journal proceedings be approved today, at the time for the two leaders be reserved for the use later in the day, and the Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each. Finally, notwithstanding Rule 22, that cloture motions filed today ripen at 5:30 p.m.
Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. President, if there's no further business to come before the Senate, I ask that it stand adjourned under the previous order.
The Senate stands adjourned until Thursday at 6:30 p.m.